How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Mike here. Today we're going to do a comparison video between OfferPad and OpenDoor. If you've been thinking about taking advantage of this awesome seller's market, perhaps you don't want to go through the headaches of putting your house on the market, cleaning, getting stuff fixed, all that jazz. You just want to sell it, get your cash, and go. These two companies would be great options for you to consider. So, what is OfferPad anyway?
We're OfferPad, and we want to buy your home. We're the new way homes are sold. Just go to OfferPad.com, enter basic information, and the next day, we will send you a great offer. It's that easy. Selling to OfferPad means no showings. You pick your closing day, and we'll even move you locally for free, freeing up you to live your life. We've helped thousands of happy home sellers, and we'd love to help you. We're your online home buyer with a human touch. So get excited. Take that next step. We're here to help. OfferPad. Move freely. Request your free purchase offer today.
OfferPad is a company also known as ibuyer. iBuyer also stands for instant buyer. These are companies that use technology, or you can think of them as internet buyers. They don't need to be present at your home to either make an offer or pay you some money for that property. So these are companies that generally use technology to, one, assess the value of your home and then make you an offer and possibly buy it from you. Generally speaking, they work all around the country, so they're not just limited to one area code or one location or one state.
All right, where in the area is OfferPad? Where are you located?
So we are across 1,000 cities in the U.S.
These two that I'm comparing today are two of the most popular ones here in the East Coast. I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia. I am making this video as unbiased as possible because I'm not being sponsored by any of these companies, and I've used them both, so I can give you my true opinion as to which one I think is the better one. Stay tuned. Before we move on, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if this is your first time. If I'm really giving you some good information and you're gaining something from this video, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me out. So let's jump into it. OfferPad versus OpenDoor. Here's what happened to me. Earlier this year, I was looking to sell one of our rental properties, and this rental property, I owned this rental property with a partner. We had been talking about getting out of it to reinvest the money into something bigger. So when we saw all the frenzy with the real estate market and we realized, hey, if we're ever gonna get out of this property, this is the best time to do it. Now, myself and my partner, we live different lifestyles. As I've mentioned in some of my previous videos, I live on the road a lot, so I'm on the road, I travel. For me personally, I didn't want to deal with, putting a house on the market and then having to show in and out, clean, all that jazz. We automatically started to look into these iBuyers, and at first we looked into OfferPad. Then we later looked into OpenDoor.
Imagine if the first ever way we did things just became the way.
Send.
If we all just said, yeah, that kind of works, and left it there. Yeah! That would be ridiculous, right? Well, that's what happened with the home selling process, and it needed a change. So, we at OpenDoor decided to invent a whole new way. One where you sell directly to us and sidestep the old way altogether. Sell your home the new-fashioned way. OpenDoor.
So this is what happened, and I'm going to compare it as I tell my story. So with OfferPad or OpenDoor, generally the process is you go on their website, you fill out a short survey, give some details about your house or the property that you're looking to sell. And then based on their own technology and the assessment they make, they will give you an initial offer on your house. Now this is great, especially if they offer you something that's more than the number that you have in mind. But understand that this is just the beginning of a short process, I would say. It's not a long process. So once you get an offer, then what usually follows is you get an inspection done on that property. OfferPad will send somebody, a professional, to come into your house and do a full inspection. OpenDoor, on the other hand, the process to me was more lenient in the sense that they also do inspection, but it's not a full inspection. They do send somebody out to check out your house, but they only inspect the exterior. Then they also connect you with an agent who you give like a video tour. So with OpenDoor, it's a bit more compressed. Now, I don't know if this is always the usual or it was because of the pandemic that they limited person-to-person contact. But the main difference in my experience was that OfferPad did a full inspection and OpenDoor did a semi, not a full inspection, just half of the inspection basically. And then OfferPad will either retract their offer after their inspection, or they move forward with you. OpenDoor, on the other hand, once they get the inspection done, then they will make you a real offer, meaning a second offer. So based on the inspection, if they found that the house is not as valuable, they may offer you less. Or if they find that the property has more value to it, then they will offer you more, which was the case when I was selling my house. Now, as I said before, initially, my partner and I would consider OfferPad, so we decided to go with them. We filled out the survey. We submitted, I think they ask you to take some pictures and then do a video tour, and then they send a professional inspector or inspection company. They do a thorough inspection on the house. We did that. So we scheduled on the day of the inspection. We were there and they did their thing. Then within a week of the inspection, we get a letter from OfferPad where they decided to pull their offer. We were just left like, hey, what's going on here? So usually they also assign you with an agent. Now with OpenDoor, I never really dealt with an agent. Okay, so with OfferPad, once you get an offer on your house, an agent also comes to see the house. Okay, that's another difference. With OpenDoor, there's nobody that comes to see the house, no agent at least that I know of. So OfferPad gives you an offer and then sends an agent to check out the house, or perhaps that's backwards. They send an agent first and then they make you the offer. OpenDoor, on the other hand, they give you an initial offer and then they do an exterior inspection, and then they give you a real offer, and then you can sign on the dotted line. Two major differences to begin with. My experience, again, we initially went with OfferPad, and then after they did a thorough inspection on the house, within the same week, they pulled the offer, and they said the reason was because they found asbestos, I think is what it's called. I knew about this before, but I actually got more educated about asbestos after this whole experience. When they pulled the offer, we were like, wait, we never got a sniff of this, because we've had the house inspected before and there was nothing mentioned about some chemical or whatever the case may be. So we asked for a copy of the inspection. We went through the inspection, and what do you know? There was nothing mentioned about asbestos or it being the reason, or it being a deadly, as however whatever the realtor said. Ultimately, still till today, we don't know why OfferPad pulled their offer. Could have been maybe they had a oh crap moment, or we don't know. So ultimately, we walked away from that transaction, and then for me, our backup plan was to put the house on the market, but we decided to do more research, and we found OpenDoor, and we're like, okay, let's try OpenDoor. Similar to OfferPad, again, you put your information in, and as I said, the first two steps is you get an initial offer, give a video tour of the property, they send out someone to inspect the exterior of the house, and they give you a real offer. That was the case with OpenDoor. Now, here's the interesting part. When we went with OpenDoor, the same property, OpenDoor offered $15,000 more than OfferPad. That was the first thing. If you go with either of these two, that was the first thing that jumped out to me, was the fact that they offered more, a lot more in my opinion. Moving forward, once you sign on the dotted line with either company, I remember with OpenDoor, you're able to set your own closing date. And I think you have the same autonomy or the same process with OfferPad, where you have the flexibility to choose a closing date for the transaction. After OpenDoor made their offer, we did the same thing where we're like, okay, this is when we want to close. And what was great with OpenDoor was that we had a shorter time. You can pick between, I believe, 10 days or so to maybe 60 days. We wanted to close very quickly, so we chose the shorter date. And at this point, we were also anxious because of our first experience with OfferPad. We were like, wait, I remember when the inspector came and they didn't even come inside, and we were like, that's it? Are they going to find something or whatever the case may be? Sure enough, until closing, you just go to your closing. Now, the cool thing also is you get updates as to what's going on. Generally speaking, an attorney is involved, and OpenDoor will connect you with the attorney, and you set a closing date, and then whenever that closing date is, you go to the local office or law firm and you sign some papers and you get your money. That was the case with OpenDoor. I couldn't really tell you more about OfferPad because we didn't go that far with it, but I imagine the process is very similar. The main differences are the process in the beginning. Again, similarly, you go on the website, you give your details, they give you an offer. With OpenDoor, you automatically get an offer, a first offer. OfferPad, I believe they hook you up with the realtor first, and then the realtor comes to check out the house, and then you get an offer. So their offer is the third step. Whereas with OpenDoor, you get one immediately. Similarly, you get inspection done, except with OfferPad, it's a full inspection. With OpenDoor, it was more of a very brief inspection. And then once inspection is done with OpenDoor, you get a second offer. Could be more, could be less. With OfferPad, your initial offer just stays the same, and they either decide to move forward with you all the way to closing, or they take away their offer and they're like, we don't want to do business with you, which was the case for us. But with OpenDoor, they gave us a second offer, which was good, and we decided to move forward with closing. Now, one thing you're also going to consider with either of these companies are the fees. Now, with OfferPad and OpenDoor, their fees are almost identical, except with OpenDoor, they also had a fee for some renovations. With our renovation, I think they took $4,000 to $5,000 in renovation costs. Now, except your nickel and diamond, that really is a drop in a bucket for however much the house is selling for, or however much that you're walking away with. So we were perfectly okay with them, you know, taking $4 or $5 grand out. Now, also, I personally like the fact that it was transparent. It wasn't like a hidden fee or anything like that. They let you know, okay, we're also calculating some of the fixes that we need to do on this house before we relist the house. With OfferPad, I'm not sure if they do that or not, but in terms of just the standard fees that they take out, which is a percentage of the sale, both companies are very similar. Now, in the end, I will say that OpenDoor was the better company, and it was just smooth sailing with them. I didn't have any issues. I wasn't stranded anywhere. Also, with customer service, I do think that both customer service are pretty good, except with OfferPad, I felt like they weren't being completely honest. Again, with OfferPad, you do get connected with the realtor, so with a real person that you can reach out to and ask questions. Except I remember whenever they pulled their offer, we got one information from the realtor, and then we got a different information from the company's customer service. So it was a little just iffy there. Whereas with OpenDoor, they only connect you with one person, basically an agent that you deal with through the whole process. And whenever you have a question, you can either call, or in my case, I just text it often, and they get back to you. They help you resolve whatever issues or questions that you have. Those are some of the differences, but I do think in getting in touch with somebody, fairly easy on both sides, except again, we went all the way with OpenDoor, and we went halfway with OfferPad, not because of our doing, but because they decided to pull the offer, and they offered us $15,000 less. So there is my honest experience with both companies. Again, if you're in the market to sell a property or sell your house, I would highly recommend that you check out either or. Depending on where you're located, one company may work better for you than the other. Also, OfferPad and OpenDoor are not the only companies that do this. Again, depending on where you are in the country, you may find a better option. But these were my experiences with both companies, and I do give my green check to OpenDoor. It was a smooth experience compared to the experience I had with OfferPad. Hopefully I was able to add value and you got something out of this. Again, if you did, thumbs up really helps out. I really appreciate you guys spending time with me, and subscribe if this is your first time, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.